Hello. So today I want to tell you about the delightful small box card game Pixies. This is a game that is for 2 to 5 players. I think the sweet spot is 3 to 4, but it definitely plays at 2 to 5 just fine. And this is an adorable game where you are trying to make combos and score the most points. So all you have in this game is a deck of cards that has 4 different colors in it. So there is the yellow, the green, the blue, and red. And then there are also a few, let's see if we can find them, wild cards in here that will count towards any color. They are all numbered 1 through 9. And essentially you are going to be building out a 3 by 3 grid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So however many players you have, that's how many cards will be available each round. So if this was a 3-player game, the first 3 cards are going to come out and be available. In turn order, the first person will take a card and they will stick it in the appropriate spot for the number. So let's say they took that. And then it's my turn. Maybe I take the 8 and the final person must take the 5. They don't get a choice in the matter. But if you go last, you then also get to go first next time. So that's good. So then 3 more cards come out and we continue to do this. Now that sounds really simple and basic, but there is more to it than that. So for example, cards that have swirls on them, each swirl is going to count as a point. So that's great because positive points are helpful. This is a high scoring game. Cards that have X's on them lose you a point. That's not great. And what do these numbers mean? Well, throughout the course of the game, you will then potentially have the option to get a second card of the same number. So if I took this 8, I now get to decide, do I want the wild to be face up or the yellow? So if I decide I want the wild face up, anytime you have a card underneath, I now will get this 8 points plus or minus whatever is on the card. So you're going to be doing that. And the goal is to be able to get cards underneath because that scores you more points. So if let's just kind of build out my grid here. Let's pretend I have some things going on like this. Here's a 3, here's a 2. It'd help if I could keep my things in order. So once somebody, okay, so now here's a 5. I already have 2 here. I can't put a 5 there. So now I can put this anywhere I want face down. That card counts for nothing, but if I can get something on top of it, it will validate. So let's just pretend that we're chugging along, getting all this stuff done. I need a 7 or a 9 and a 9 in order for my grid to be complete. Once the first person, and then let's say my last card I got is a face down. Once the first person fills in their grid of 9 cards, whether that's with face up cards, whether that's with double cards, once all 9 cards have a spot in them, then that will be the final round for that. I guess that will be the final card selection for that round. This game is played over 3 rounds. I was going to say that would be the final round for the round, but that's kind of confusing. So there's 3 rounds for the game. So now we go into scoring for round 1. So you are going to find your largest area of cards that are the same color. So in this case, I would have 4 cards that are all green. And in the first round, I'm going to get 2 points per card. In the second round, I'm going to get 3 points. And in the third round, I'm going to get 4 points. So trying to get large groups of the same color cards, that's one of the things you need to be working towards. I'm then going to get points for every swirl on my card. And the lower cards tend to have more swirls. I'm then going to lose points for any X's I have showing. And as you guessed it, the higher cards have the X's. And I'm then going to get the face value of points for any of my cards that are, it's called validated, but any of my cards that essentially have 2 cards in that stack. And that is the scoring for round 1. We then do the same thing for round 2 and round 3, and whoever gets the highest score over the 3 rounds wins. This is a really fun game because there's strategy to it, but it's not super heavy. So it's one you can play easily, you can teach quickly. It's good for a lot of ages. It's also small, so it's easy to take with you to a lot of places. The artwork's adorable, and there's just enough going on to keep it interesting and to say, let's play one more. So I really adore Pixies. I think it is a fabulous small box card game. What are some of the small box card games that you love? Have you played this? What do you think of it? Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.